Hi, and welcome back to Hoods, the Hyde Park edition. In our next segment, we're going to get into the diversity of the food service in Hyde Park. The neighborhood giving the variety of cultures presents in Hyde Park. The cuisine available from there ranges from everything from the east to the west. The next featured location brings dishes from the Caribbean to Jamaica and Trinidad. Let's take a look just at what cool Caribbean Cafe Hyde Park has to offer.
Exotic island eats and a breezy vacation vibe strikes a Caribbean chord at Calypso Cafe in Chicago's South Side neighborhood of Hyde Park. Calypso Cafe provides an affordable escape to the islands. The atmosphere at Calypso has a lot to offer.
This is Calypso Cafe. It's a Caribbean restaurant. Also has some southern food. Sort of just a niche that, wasn't too prevalent in Chicago, and so we decided to sort of bring that island flavor and sort of cooking techniques, to this area.
They have a wonderful menu selection you won't forget.
Favorite is probably the Cubano steak, which is a Cuban marinated skirt steak, and it's just really flavorful. Food-wise, we have a really popular jerk chicken. Comes as jerk wings, jerk half chicken, jerk chicken breast. Also have jerk chicken Caesar salads, and those are, sort of, again, unique to the Caribbean as far as that being jerk seasoning is derivative from, needing to maintain meats for long periods of time. For even trade routes and on boat trips. So the jerk seasoning is sort of ingrained in the culture, and therefore that's a very definitive dish that we offer here.
President Barack Obama is known to have visited the cafe and loves their famous Johnny Cakes. What exactly are those Johnny Cakes?
Johnny Cakes is actually like little pancakes. It's cornmeal pancakes, but they actually used to be called journey cakes because they would take them on like, expedition trips with them, and it was something you could put in like your pouch and eat later on, just a form of bread that was easier to travel with. And they sort of got the name Johnny Cakes just sort of as a, slang as it moved up through, southern parts of America into, New England and so on. We serve, like I said, even more American type of items such as, Calypso chicken pasta with also hamburgers. And like I said, we also have the roadside cooking and gumbo, jambalaya. So it runs a big spectrum of food categories.
Once you find Calypso Cafe, you won't forget them. Calypso Cafe is a must-visit restaurant anytime you're in Chicago's South Side neighborhood.
Welcome back to the show. And here to help me with my craving for Caribbean food, we have our in-studio chef, Ashley Simone. How are you, Ashley?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
That's good. And so today we're going to take a look at some Johnny Cakes that you have prepared for us.
Yes, we're going to make some Johnny Cakes for everybody to eat.
Okay, cool. And so how does Johnny Cakes relate to Hyde Park?
Well, Johnny Cakes is used a lot of times in Caribbean food. It's sort of like a side dish or like a bread to go to accompany the meal.
Okay, cool.
So, but Johnny Cakes originated with Native Americans in the U.S. when they got the corn. So they used to be called journey cakes. That was long journeys. They could pack those in their pouches with their horses and have food for the road.
Oh, wow. So the Johnny Cakes have made a long journey from their original start.
It's sort of like the original fast food.
Okay,
yes.
Cool. So let's just start making these
okay, great.
Johnny Cakes.
I'm going to start. I've got some hot milk here that I'm starting with. That's a cup of milk. That's whole milk. And this is shortening. I've sort of warmed it up so it's going to melt into the milk.
So if you want this, we need to get our milk and our shortening and mix it up.
Yeah, and you can microwave it too.
Okay.
There's many variations.
Okay, cool.
We're going to put our corn meal. That's 1 cup. We've got a half cup of flour.
All right.
Okay. We've got 1 to 2 tablespoons sugar, depending on your tastes.
Okay.
1 teaspoon of salt. Okay.
Sugar and salt.
Yep. Those are our main things that we've got here. Originally, it's cornmeal, salt, sugar, and hot water was the original recipe for Johnny Cakes.
Do you want me to stir that for you?
Yes. Yes. Why don't you stir? Okay. And I'm going to crack the egg here, and I'm going to whisk it.
I cook at home a lot.
Oh, hey, look at you go. All right, so we're going to grab my whisk here.
Okay.
Going to whisk some eggs, and we're going to add that in. We're going to add that in, and then I'm going to add the milk in.
Okay.
Excellent. Put that down.
Stir,
Great.
stir,
And stir.
stir.
Okay. And stir that. Excellent. We've got the griddle going here. And I'm going to put some oil. This griddle is very hot, so don't touch.
So do I just keep stirring until all the clumps go away, or what am I looking for?
Basically, it's sort of like a pancake batter.
Okay.
Really, that's very similar. Sometimes people use it for breakfast with syrup and butter, like we've got here for a breakfast snack. So yeah, so just till the lumps are all gone. And
now,
then
how do you like to eat your Johnny cakes?
Oh, breakfast, because I'm a breakfast person all the way. So just very simply with butter and syrup, or actually honey. I like honey in mine, which is really nice.
Cool.
So make sure your griddle's nice and hot.
All right.
And there we go. I'm gonna put one down, and we'll put two down.
So you just take the little cup full.
Yeah, you just want it so it's a nice, maybe, I don't know, maybe a little bit more than a softball size, kind of like that. But you know, you can make them silver dollar. It's up to you. That's really your choice.
And so how long does it normally take for these to cook?
It depends on your heat. So it really depends on if you're working with electric or gas. But basically, you want them nice and golden brown, sort of like what we have over here, golden brown on either side.
Okay, cool.
So that's really how you do the Johnny cakes. It's really yummy. All right, and
okay, so where did you learn how to make Johnny cakes?
well, I'm in culinary school right now, so this is where I learned it. It's one of the dishes we did have to make originally.
So what do you normally, now if you were going to serve these Johnny cakes right now, because you like them for breakfast, but how can they spread across the table?
Okay, well basically if you're, maybe if you're doing some Caribbean food, you would do jerk, the jerk seasoning, sort of a spicy sweet seasoning.
Okay.
You can have that with maybe some jerk chicken and some greens that are spicy and sweet, and that'll be sort of like your bread. You can kind of scoop the food with it, you kind of eat it, you know, sort of sop up the juices on your plate. So
we can put our spoons and forks down and pick up
Oh
our Johnny
yeah, exactly. Finger food all the way. Finger food all the way.
So you can use these for your spoon and fork. You can eat these with greens, chicken for breakfast, all kinds of stuff. So these are multifunctional.
Exactly, and I heard, you know, with President Obama, they were his favorite, but I heard he ate so much of them when he went that he was unable to eat the peach cobbler for dessert. So he was a little upset. But he loves those Johnny cakes.
So these fill you up.
Oh, they do. They do. They're quite tasty. They're addictive too.
Okay.
So.
And so President Obama had them, and so now we're going to take a look at what we got here so far.
I just flipped them. They're not quite as golden as I want them. The heat maybe, you know, I need to adjust my heat. But basically you're looking for nice and golden brown, sort of like the ones we have over there. So they're nice and crispy. They have a nice crisp exterior, and they're nice and soft on the inside.
At home, you know, we have all the time in the world to get it right.
Oh, yeah.
Make it wrong the first time and make it great the second time.
And you can also make the batter ahead of time and then just have it ready for whenever you want, and then just scoop it out whenever you're ready. So.
Can I store these later to eat?
Yeah, that's why they're originally called journey cakes.
Okay,
so people could take them on their long journey. So you can put them in a little baggie, take them to school, or take them to work, microwave them, or just eat them as is. So.
Okay, cool. Well, you know, thank you so much for
you're
coming
welcome.
to
it was a pleasure, and
I'm
we'll have to try some of them. They are very tasty.
I'm going to try one in a second, and you know, I appreciate you coming, and we learned a lot about the journey of the Journey cakes.
Yes,
so
excellent.
That was really a lot of fun. So again, that was our in-studio chef, Ashley Simone, and we just made Journey cakes. So check us out after the commercial break, because we're going to be back with the rest of Hoods, Hyde Park style.